the Cursed Curator here with.
Chaos! And today we're talking about a really weird year in film and other media.
Woohoo! It may or may not have caught your audio from the Twitch stream in the background. The people fucking funny if it did.
Oh, do I need to fix something?
No. It's not on your end. So I have the OBS to capture not only
Oh,
Discord but my Brave browser. So it may have caught you one twice, but I fixed it.
echo. Okay.
Yep.
So, yes, we're talking about 1932. Um, I hope y'all like Paul Muni. You're going to be seeing a lot of him for the next few years, and then he'll just disappear into the void.
Yep. It's how it be sometimes.
Knowing the 30s, something tragic probably happened to him. Let's not think about it.
Yep. Oh boy. So to give you guys a little quick rundown about the how to describe this movie, the very first movie is called Backstreet, and its description is as fucking followed: a woman's love for and devotion to a married man results in her being regulated to the back streets of his life.
I barely remember this movie. Even when I think in my review I mentioned that I can barely remember that it exists. Backstreet it's like a weird kind of romance, drama, tearjerker kind of movie.
Yeah. Woo. But it actually ends kind of sadly. Well, not kind of. It actually ends this sadly.
What's the ending of Backstreet? I've
Um,
forgotten.
I believe the male main lead, like the girl that he liked, is this dies more or less. Oh no,
Oh,
excuse me. It's the guy dies, and the girl is this like staring at his picture towards the end of the movie, and yeah, it's oofies.
that's yeah, oof. I don't remember much about Backstreet. All I remember is that it wasn't amazing. It was okay though.
Yeah. Sad films they don't really get to me. Not usually, but it's okay. It's like a solid like four, like a fucking five maybe. Like it's a, like it's. I'm like in my fucking feelings or some shit. I guess.
I gave it a 6. Was
Yeah.
okay. Would not recommend to most people though.
I have trivia.
Oh
This
no, was everyone sobbing the entire time?
now, this film is based on a movie. Excuse me, a novel by the popular writer Fanny Hurst. It's interesting that her story was about the stresses of a clandestine life while married. In 1915, she secretly married a Russian immigrant pianist. She hid the marriage from the public, keeping her maiden name in separate residences. It became a scandal after it was discovered in 1920. Hearst wouldn't budge. She maintained her name in her own home until his death in 1952. She mourned his loss for remaining 16 years of her life, writing letters to him weekly, and always sporting a Cali lily, the first flower he'd sent her.
That is depressing.
That's a book you need to read now, and so we can see how it matches up to the film.
Uh, yes. Let me. Where's my Goodreads? What is the name of the book?
1 second. Let
Is it
me.
also called Backstreet?
It might be. Hold on. Fanny Hurst novel. Yeah, it's called Backstreet.
All right, I'm gonna add to my list.
Lovely. Um, yeah, look forward to that because eventually Oz is going to be covering a few pieces of the literature. It'll be a good old time.
Hopefully, if I don't fuck it up and I do it correctly and I don't get overly ambitious, this week I want all the people in the comments to scream at me if I don't do it because I'm committing to it now. There will be a book review, at least one, this week.
Woohoo!
So, yeah, Backstreet, not great, not great.
Yeah.
Uh, Next up, we have. I scrolled too high up. Uh, Bill of Divorcement. We're going to be seeing. We already saw one. We're going to be seeing a lot of movies about divorce because I think it just got like Reno has just gotten really popular. People are getting more divorces.
Sad.
I mean, it's better than being abused, I guess.
Yeah, still sad though.
Of course. I cannot find this book on Goodreads. One second. Anyways, Bill of Divorcement. There's so many movies about divorce. I'm trying to remember which one this is. Isn't this the one where they get back together at the end? They just described all of them, but
I believe yes, they do.
okay. Yeah, this is a sappy romance about two people who get divorced and then kind of realize that they don't actually want to get divorced because it was a mistake. And I'm gonna be real with you right now. I am a sucker for that plot. I don't know what it is about that specific kind of plot, but I am an absolute fool for a good breakup,
Oh.
get back together plot.
I found that on Goodreads as well.
Oh, they're fucking it. Oh, that's why I couldn't find it. It has 0 reviews. Oh, okay, here it is. This one does have reviews. Got it. So, now that I remember vaguely what Bill of Divorcement is, what did you think of Bill of Divorcement?
But it was okay. When it comes to stories like this one, I love the idea of people, reconciling and ultimately getting back together. But it feels a little too idealistic for this film. It feels like there should be a bit more struggle and a bit more oomph before we get to the big old, okay, you know what, it all worked out in the end.
You're asking for depth in a 30s movie?
Yes. We already got
You've
it.
been spoiled by All Quiet.
We've already gotten some really good shit already. There's no reason why this can't have some really good shit too.
I suppose, yes. So, let's see. Yeah, I thought it was okay. It's an old movie, and it's something you'd find on Cinevault.
I gave it a fucking 5.
I gave it a 7. I'm more positive than you today. I don't know how the fuck that happened.
I'm giving it some trivia now. Trivia. David O. Selznick and George Cukor. Cukor.
I know what his hobby was.
Disagreed about casting Katharine Hepburn. Cukor had seen Hepburn's screen test, was impressed by the 24-year-old, but Selznick did not like the way she looked and was afraid she would not be well received by audiences. Cukor casted her anyway. Beginning would be a lifelong professional and personal relationship between the two.
Sorry. Bane of all husbands, Joseph Cukor.
Wait, it was George.
Sorry, George Cukor. I got the Cukor family mixed up.
When Katharine Hepburn was interviewed at length by Dick Cavett,
This sounds like the script to a bad porno.
She told us
George Cukor and what was the other guy's name?
Dick Cavett.
I love it.
She told a story. Most of her life, her favorite off-camera outfit was a dungaress, and whatever sort of comfortable top seemed appropriate. When she was working on this first film, the studio PR department kept trying to get her to wear elegant costumes from the film off set, instead of her dungaress and sweaters. This was a fairly common practice, since photos of the actors at nightclubs and fancy restaurants and the gowns and clothing they would wear in the film made good PR. They should bring that back. That sounds pretty cool.
Could you imagine, like, I don't know, what's a movie that came out recently, like a fantasy? Could you imagine the cast of Dune, like, walking into a nightclub in costume?
I'd pay to see that.
I'd be willing to watch a movie just because they committed to the bit.
So when they asked her to do this, she refused. Then they said that they'd hide her dungaress while she was on the set, so that she'd have to wear the fancy duds. She said that she said, "Oh really? Oh wait, Oh, I really wouldn't do that. But they did. When Kevin asks, so what did you do? Well, what else could I do? I walked across the lot to the car waiting for me in front of the gate in my underpants.
Snarky.
That's a fucking power move. They never did it again, no.
You know what? Might have had a point.
Final piece here. Billy Burke's husband, Broadway producer Florenz Ziegfeld Jr., died during the film's production. Burke resumed filming shortly after his funeral. So, yeah.
At least they waited until after his funeral.
Yep. But this is Catherine's first ever fucking film, and we'll be seeing her a lot more later.
Yes, Katharine Hepburn. She's in a bunch of movies, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm not big into Katharine Hepburn.
I mean, she's all right. She actually died in fucking 2003. It's crazy. It's crazy. It is crazy. That I was a fucking toddler and she was still alive.
Oh my god. Oh my god. That's wild. Anyways, onto some weird trash. Blonde Venus.
Ooh.
This movie is, as one would say, oozing. Not much.
Also, I have to correct you misspelled Venus on the.
I know. I know. I spelled it Vinsus.
So for the plot here, we have a cabaret singer who takes up with a millionaire to pay for her gravely ill husband's operation.
Ooh, drama.
This is actually something people actually do in real life. By the way, this is not some makeup shit. People actually do this shit.
It's one of those weird situations of the human condition.
Yep, it's really fucking it's an oofy.
Yeah. This was kind of forgettable, but it was entertaining and good background noise is how I would describe it.
Yeah. It's okay. It's also one of those films where it is all ends well.
Because the Hays Code says it has to.
Oh, and there's a very important child actor here who we'll see a lot more later.
Oh god, who is it?
Dickie Moore.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah. The next year we will actually be covering him again. In Oliver Twist.
Oh.
Which is a really damn good film. I actually hear it mentioned quite a number of times across my whole damn life. It's kind of crazy how much people love this fucking film. Don't know why.
Oh, I remember okay, so this is a Sternberg film, which means two things, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna star Marlene Dietrich, and she's gonna be a showgirl. Or a prostitute. She always has to be one of those two things, and she is in every fucking Sternberg movie. What did you think of Blonde Venus?
I thought the film was intriguing. I think that this is a film that in my opinion, should have ended tragically. It should have ended that way.
It probably would have made for a better film.
Yes.
And I agree with you.
I mean, it's looking fine to have a movie end on a good note, but maybe it ends pretty tragically. But like towards the end, we see that things for the male and female would be all right. Well, in some form or way.
I think the reason it doesn't is because again Hays Code, but I also think we've seen a lot of tragedy films.
Yeah.
And it might have started becoming too much for audiences, especially audiences who are in what is literally called the Depression.
Yep. Blonde Venus is that film that I would make fucking school children fucking watch. Yes, you heard that right.
Why would you subject them to that?
Because I want them to realize that life is not all fucking sunshine and damn rainbows. It would all fucking damn fucking happily, but I would tell them the truth. No, Janet, you will not have a happy ending with that guy you get with in the future. You'll end up crushing his heart, and he'll be there broken, homeless, and dead. This is the actual harsh truth reality, children. Well, pull out your damn books, people. Trust me,
Either causes parental trauma.
it's all in my Andrew Tate book. Trust me.
This is, by the way, if this channel doesn't work out, we're just going to become terrible, terrible alpha male YouTubers.
You
I don't know
damn
how
right.
I'm going to do it, but I'm going to try my darn best.
I have some. Well, I give this film a 6. It would never get anything higher than a 6 for me. Um,
7.
I will say this for some fucking fun facts. Uh, Cary Grant said that Joseph von Sternberg directed him not really much during its filming, but taught him the most important thing. On the first day Grant came on set, von Sternberg looked at him and said, "Your hair is parted on the wrong side." So Grant parted it on the other side and kept it that way for the rest of his career.
That is very Hollywood.
I love the idea that his whole career fucking flourished because some asshole said, "Your hair's not the right way." Hattie
asshole.
Hattie McDaniel appears, although uncredited, as Marlene Dietrich's maid in the New Orleans sequence. Interesting. That's sad because Hattie is pretty important to African Americans. She will be getting her own video. I'm hoping eventually to do that on next. What's it called? Good lord. Next Black History Month. How did I forget the thing we're currently still in?
You forgot your own month.
Yeah, yeah, man. I'm too busy, man. It's just how it be sometimes.
It do be like that.
What like? So wasn't she used for Aunt Jemima? I swear to God, she was.
We're gonna watch a film I think next year that is loosely based on the story of Aunt Jemima.
Ooh.
Don't worry, it's gonna be weird. It's gonna be wacky. It's the weirdest movie I saw up to that point.
Oh.
Anyways.
Oh wait. This is actually really fucking funny. When Marlene Dietrich makes her appearance as the Blonde Venus, the gorilla striptease was given a homage in Batman and Robin 1997. When Uma Thurman makes a similar entrance dressed as a gorilla. In fact, gorilla's fantasies are pretty similar too.
I love that.
I actually love it when newer films give a nice nod or callback to the older ones.
It's always fun to see references, and hey, we're gonna get most of them now. But go ahead.
The next film, Bodoo, Saved from Drowning.
This is a French film, which is why the title sounds like it was made by a dyslexic person because it's translated. So this is I remember this one more distinctly. This is a film about a guy who's a homeless man, and he jumps off a bridge, and a rich guy saves him and tries to reform his life. And Bodoo takes every opportunity to exploit, ruin, and just generally make these people look like an ass. And he's our protagonist, by the way. He's supposed to be the guy we're rooting for.
I mean, one thing I will say is that not every protagonist is someone that we have to root for. And in fact, I actually love it when we have a villainous protagonist. For example, a very good example is the fucking Joker, who he's not someone that we should be rooting for. He's evil. It's pretty clear. But I do love it when there is a person like this who is like, wow, they're just morally fucked. Here for.
That is fair. I am too. I am known to love a flawed protagonist, and a terrible one even. The problem is the intention with how this film was made, as far as I'm aware, is that you're supposed to like Bodoo because you're supposed to hate the rich people.
I suppose. I mean, like, towards the end of the film, one thing we quickly realize and learn is that due to him, the fucking what's it called, the lottery, he wins a large sum. He himself is rich, but he does not want it. He's like, no, I'm good. Free spirit.
Yeah. And that's cool. This is supposed to be a comedy, and I didn't find it very especially funny.
Something that's very important to remember and realize about France in this period of time is very important to realize is that France had a massive movement on the far left. And that's the thing people don't realize is that while Germany, Italy, and all of them were moving to the right, France was moving to the left. And this is a film most definitely clearly arriving from that.
Of course. I can acknowledge where it came from, but I can also acknowledge that it was not a very enjoyable experience, at least for me.
I feel like a certain Hassan Piker would like this film.
Someone please, if anyone has any following, send this movie to Hassan Piker and see what he thinks of it. I'm gonna get into shit for that one. Actually, no one likes him anymore. It's fine. I can hate on him.
Yeah, he's a fucking piece of shit. He's a literal fucking piece of fucking shit. I wish he would just fucking go away. He's literally fucking human garbage. Literally.
Before you get too wild, let's keep it.
He is human garbage, and his very existence irritates me. He is rich, but yet shits on the rich. You make no sense. You know what? Donate all your fucking money. Donate your house. Donate your fucking cars. Donate your fucking clothes. And live a fucking poor life. You piece of fucking shit. Your family? Worthless. You? Worthless. Okay, I'm done.
Need to get that out?
Yes. Now, just don't mention damn Destiny, because I'll go even harder. Fucking cup chair.
No. Anyways. We've pissed off enough people, I believe.
Yeah, they're all lefties anyway. They're not people anymore.
Oh my god.
But hey,
you're really rude for that alpha male channel now.
Hey, I am purely equal here. People on the right are also not people.
People are not people.
They are not.
That's our political belief.
I am people.
Anyways, I gave this film a 4.
You know, this is a film that made me giggle. So this out alone, and also I love this part of fucking French history where it's not really talked about. Even though, you know, for a country that says we're democratic, we love democracy. Meanwhile, completely outlaws the whole fucking far left movement in its entirety because democracy demands it. But yeah, this film is easy fucking fine, just for the pure historical fucking value alone.
Fair enough. Now that you have pissed off half of the internet.
They're not people.
Time to talk about a movie that's probably even more controversial. I didn't watch this, actually, because I couldn't get very far. The copy I found was in terrible quality.
A Cabin in the Cotton.
This is about a cotton plantation, isn't it?
Yeah. Here's a rundown, Skippy, on the description of the plot. A tenant farmer's son is caught in the middle of an owner-tenant dispute when he falls in the plantation owner's seductive daughter.
This film sounds problematic.
I have no opinions.
I think you're saying I have no contesting that.
Oh, no. This is a film that I barely watched, by the way. I'll mention that part. Mostly because I was fucking bored. I'm like, okay. I mean, if like this film was like mostly like steamy scenes, I'm like, okay. But no, it's the fucking plot is kind of stale, much like the time period it's based on.
I think that might be your most controversial opinion yet.
I just can find the whole plantation like genre of movies kind of just stale and boring.
What? I did not realize plantation was a theme.
Well, I mean, it's a theme, it's a setting, and there's a whole bunch of movies around it, and they're all kind of the same because there's not much you can really do about it. Like, for example, it's like any movie based on a fucking farm. It's either going to be a fucking children's day movie, or it's going to be, oh wow, it's the hot and seductive fucking farmer's daughter, or the wife, or the fucking cousin, or some shit. And it's always just ends badly for the person involved, or maybe you impregnate the fucking wife, the daughter, or whatever, and then you have to be on the run.
About the forbidden third category.
We don't have that fucking forbidden part.
No, it's not forbidden. It's just like Grapes of Wrath kind of movies.
Yeah, I'm not touching that.
We're gonna have to watch it. Anyways, oh man, we are going way off topic this episode. That's fine. A Cabin in the Cotton. What did you think of it? Because I didn't fucking watch it.
It's okay, I guess. I mean, if it was like, I just wish there was more on the actual like seductive character. More, she was
You
intriguing.
were just horny when you watched it, weren't you?
No, I already gooned beforehand.
What would you give it out of 10?
3,
Oh, it was quite bad.
yeah. I have some
All
trivia.
right. Oh, yay! Cotton trivia.
Producer Daryl F. Zem. that's a that's a that's an unfortunate last name. Zen forced director Michael Curtis to use Betty Davis in this film against his wishes. Chris Boy said, "Who would want to go to bed with her?"
Ooh, I think a lot of people.
That is actually a crazy take.
I know, right? Anyone, if Scyther remembers in editing, which I don't blame him if he doesn't. Put a picture of Bette Davis.
Oh, I will.
What? What? What are you talking about?
Despite playing a teenager at the beginning of the film, Richard Berkmalis was actually around 37 years old.
Mm.
That's crazy. Yeah,
And not entirely uncommon.
Richard Berkmalis was 2 years older than Dorothy Peterson, the actress who was playing his mother.
Yeah, casting was weird back in the day. They didn't care how old you actually looked. No one was. I guess no one cared.
Here's something very important for all people listening. Something very important about back then times is that everyone, no matter how old you were, you just looked old because you're doing the cigarettes and you're out there doing the hard manual labors. You just look older. Yeah,
And drinking a lot.
Yep. You see, people today, it's really hard to fucking tell how old they are. So always ask a woman for their ID, because otherwise they will not get the D. You dig?
I know it's enough about Cabin in the Cotton.
The more you know.
The more you know. Farewell to Arms.
A good film for once. Let's go.
I did not care for this film.
Really?
Now, so to read you I'll just read a section from my review because it will both summarize the film and my thoughts on it. World War I isn't the best choice of theme for a romance film. Just saying.
Wow. Now, my biggest issue with this is they should not have used an American male. Okay, they should have used an Italian nurse instead of an English nurse, because then you have the conflict about they're on two different sides.
You could add some drama there.
Yeah, but there is no drama. You're just some American and some English woman. Who cares? No one cares.
I just didn't like the film because it kind of trivialized World War One, and also less on a social issue. The film is just really boring and slow and really predictable. Oh
Also,
my god!
I almost forgot. We have a very certain director here, Frank Borzage.
That sounds very familiar.
He's the eye candy cover boy of our latest big hit video.
Oh, oh man, he's been doing shit in the 30s. Holy shit!
Yeah, that's what. Oh yeah, he might be maybe on the people of this decade for 1930s. We'll see. We will see.
It depends if there's anyone else who's more worthy.
You can always make it an honorable mentions. There's not enough damn room.
That's fair. Let's see.
Oh,
Yeah, Farewell to Arms. It's a romance movie about a soldier and a woman who's chasing him.
yep. Something that's very important. The creator of the novel that this film is based upon, Ernest Hemingway. Yes, that's the same one. We should all know we're all American. Well, most of us are, I guess. Ernest Hemingway hated this interpretation of his novel, as he felt it was overly romantic. That didn't stop him, however, from becoming a lifelong friend with Gary Cooper, whom he met several years later. In fact, it was Hemingway who would insist that Cooper would cast in the lead of his adaptation of his novel, For Whom the Bell Tolls, 1943. 11 years later, however,
to be in that year.
Mm-hmm, 11 years later, however, the two made a point of never discussing this film.
So I'm not the only one.
Yeah, in fairness, it's a little different. This, it's based on his fucking novel, obviously. So
I know.
he feels a lot more different than everybody else that sees it. Like, that makes see the shit. He's like, I don't know. I mean, personally, I think it's been fine to have a major important setting like World War One as a just more or less as a fucking background piece. It's something that's like happening in the background. It can a affect a character's life pretty impactfully, like for one of a soldier because he's a fucking soldier, or B, it just there's a set piece. It's just happening in the background, and it could have an effect on the film plot or not. Who cares?
Fair enough.
It gets
I
a
just think it
six.
takes away from the movie a little bit.
Eh, to a degree.
Fair enough. I gave Farewell to Arms a 5. It was
Oh,
wonderful.
fuck me! I hate this fucking film.
Yeah. Oh, yes. It's time to talk about Freaks, and this is the one where we're definitely going to diverge a lot. This is a film about a freak show and the drama in between as a regular woman kind of leads one of the quote unquote freaks on and toys with them, and the revenge that ensues.
I
She also tries to kill him at one point.
I despise this film on a fundamental level. Uh, looking one as a person who's often very jaded, I lack much in the ways of morals, ethics, or any humanity for real. I had to express my utter hatred of using human beings, especially those who are mentally disabled, uh, it,
Physically.
physically. It's so inhuman that I wish you would fucking die if you do this. I wish you would get the worst possible death you could ever experience. I hope your kin die. It's a whole fucking thing. I actually despise this with every ounce of my being. That these poor innocent human beings were being utilized for how they looked, how they acted. People that were involved in this fucking film who were able-bodied and normal, you deserved nothing but the worst.
Yeah, as much as the film almost paints a sympathetic view of these people, it also mostly just uses them for shock value.
But there are some iconic people in here. For example, Johnny Eck. I love Johnny Eck. He's cool.
Yeah, it seems if you look into like the history of this film and how the people who were in it thought of it, a lot of them thought it was cool. A lot of them thought it was exploitation. It's probably somewhere in the middle.
Something
Uh,
you will come to quickly realize, and I am actually more than happy to cover these individuals at another point, is that all these people that are various fucking films that are deemed the quote unquote freaks, almost all of them die fucking tragically in very sad fucking ways. It's some of the saddest shit I've ever seen in my entire damn life.
yeah, I think we may want to avoid the not so fun films for
Yeah,
this one.
I'm not even going to touch these trivia because I'm not disgusted with this film. My entire body refuses to talk about much anymore. Zero. If I could, I would go to name negatives, but I don't think I'm allowed to do that.
You're gonna hate my review. I gave it an 8.
Ugh.
We see it a little differently. As someone who watches a lot of films from this period, I just have to accept that they're going to be exploitative.
Oh, of course. I still fucking find it abhorrent. And Lord,
Oh,
it's
oh yeah, you are totally allowed to hate this film. Just because I say that, right? Anyone, if you hate this film as much as Scyther hates it, your opinion is valid. Like it's 100% understandable. I just personally am someone who kind of, because of what I do, has to separate them and rate them regardless of that. And as a movie, it's quite well put together. The plot is quite engaging. It's all quite a decent watch if you can get past the blatant exploitation. The problem is getting past the blatant exploitation. So fair enough. I can understand a 0. Next up, the Oscar winner, or the Best Picture winner, The
Grand Hotel. Ooh, good film. Good film.
This film, it was good. I don't think it was amazing. It's a film. The plot is something you see a lot in the coming years, and actually to this day. Basically, the film is not about a person, but a location, the Grand Hotel. And this hotel houses a bunch of guests who have all their own interconnecting, yet separate plot lines that are all unfolding simultaneously.
Which is really fucking cool.
Of course. I did think that the spectacle of how this plot was assembled was good, though as the first kind of movie of its kind, or of its type, sorry, it's kind of messy. I think they put too many characters in this. I think they could have done without, with perhaps scrapping one or two of them to make the film a little bit more cohesive. That's just my opinion, though.
I find films like this is just, I fucking love them on the basis that they all just converge, and that's just so fucking good.
Yeah, no, it is a well put together movie. It's just a lot.
Yeah.
So, do you have any other thoughts on this film?
Well, I do have some trivia, which I was saving here. John Barrymore was so thrilled at the prospect of appearing in the film with Greta Garbo that he accepted a free picture deal with MGM.
I'd do something like that if I got to act with someone as talented as Greta Garbo.
Yep. At one point, Oscar winner Wallace Beery stormed out of rehearsals, saying he would only come back when Joan Crawford learns to act. To be Joan.
Joan Crawford. Joan Crawford learned to act?
Yeah, she might have had a whole off day, maybe.
I'm sorry. She's okay.
Joan Crawford.
She's one of the best actors of her time.
I guess he had a fucking whole problem with her. Joan Crawford initially objected to her role as Flemish because she feared that much of her performance would be censored for being too provocative and racy. Director Edmund Golding and producer Irving Thalberg assured her that her part would be filmed in a tasteful manner and that she would be shown in a sympathetic light. Crawford's misgivings were warranted, however, as many censor boards in the conservative American states cut the majority of her scenes for indecency.
So she was right.
Ultimately, in the end.
Oof.
It's just how it is sometimes. But,
what would you give? Oh, go ahead.
In the end, this film is for me, 8.
6.
4 Feathers is next, by the way.
Another Marx Brothers film, and hey, guess what? It's good.
Yes, the Marx Brothers. Almost all their shit's fucking really good.
Yeah, it's a comedy. This one's based around horse betting. Is that right?
Yes, I'm quite certain.
And a college. It's really funny. There's some good gags. There's a lot of singing in this one, for some reason. I don't know why this one is so specifically musical, but it is. And it was endlessly entertaining, and if I were to rewatch any film from this year, it would probably be Horse Feathers. It's just such an easy movie to immerse yourself into and just enjoy.
Yeah. This is the thing I will say about Marx Brothers. Their films, for almost all of them, will either get a fucking 5 or above fucking from me. Usually.
I don't think I've seen a terrible Marx Brothers film so far.
Yeah.
They're all pretty good.
Also, my apologies, people, if you guys hear anybody in the background. There's fucking a family here, so it's how it be.
Like that. Yeah, it's all good.
I do have some fun facts because this is actually pretty crazy. During filming, Chico Marx was in a car accident and shattered his kneecap. In some scenes, he can be seen limping.
Oh,
Yeah, according to Groucho Marx, when Thelma Todd fell out of the boat, he kept rowing as she cried for help, not knowing she really couldn't swim. The crew members got her out of water.
that is. It really do be like that on film.
Yep. This film, honestly, 7.
I gave it an 8. It was thoroughly entertaining. Next up, we have I am a fugitive from a chain gang. Unquote.
Paul Muni!
Paul Muni's returned! And he's here to spread political messages about the state of southern chain gangs?
Oh, you love to see it.
I mean, pop off, I guess. This is, I hate to use the word, but it is effectively a propaganda film, though I obviously agree with it. About chain gangs and how terrible they were. Do you know a fun fact about this film site there? Chain gangs were outlawed the year after this film came out, I'm pretty sure. This film was, or to some extent, they were heavily ringed in.
So
it is crazy to think about.
There are a few states that still have chain gangs, even today. And the 2 states that have them still are Florida and Arizona.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, God, my state?
Yes.
Oh, no. Wait, Arizona?
Yes.
I did not expect that.
A very notable figure in Arizona that uses them is Mr. Sheriff Joe Arparo. He uses chain...
Oh!
Yep.
I know about that guy. Fun fact, if you're not from Arizona, that guy's highly controversial, and I think he got canned for how racist he was.
Oh boy. Because he uses chain gangs to do community service.
Oh, they're a little different than the chain gangs that Muni's talking about.
Oh yeah, they're different. The ones in fucking Florida though? Oh no, they're the exact damn same thing.
Fair enough. But immediately after this film came out, several states got rid of their chain gangs.
Whew, it's really weird that they're still around today.
Very. I don't know how I never realized that. Anyways. This film is incredibly effective, though I do think it lacks a certain subtlety.
You think?
It hits you over the head with its message.
Here's what I will say. It's time to bring back a certain feature, which will become a mainstay, I assure you. The Goonometer!
Oh no.
We talk about a certain actress in this film who is superior to the other lady, Glenda Farrell. I prefer Miss Noelle Francis. She is way more intriguing.
You're just horny.
Duh. But
oh God, never mind. I just looked up a photo of her. Okay, I get it.
Yeah. You hating, but I was right. She is the first 10 of the meter today. It is unfortunate she died quite young for a time frame. Oh well, you've been gooned on. Let's go fucking forward.
What would you rate I Am a Fugitive from a Chain Gang?
A 5.
Oh, we're way off. I gave it a 9.
Oh.
I thought it was really good. I thought it was super good, even though it was, like I said, incredibly unsubtle. Next film on our list, Love Me Tonight. Unquote, don't love me tonight. I'm just a guy on the internet.
This is a interesting film.
And also, every time I read it, all I can think of is If There's No Tomorrow being put at the end.
A Parisian tailor finds himself posing as a baron in order to collect a sizable bill from an aristocrat, only to fall in love with an aloof young princess.
It's like a romantic comedy, but emphasis on nothing. Actually, it's really dry.
Um,
It's like they were trying to imitate French people.
something I
Actually, they are.
something I actually like about the film is how it is how it just ends that like he gets the girl. I fucking thought that was interesting. He gets a fucking princess.
I know, right? It's like, oh, are you sure about that? That's how we're gonna do this?
Oh, no, you're wrong. I'm sure that's happened in human history. I'm sure it fucking worked out before. I just didn't expect it. It has hit me out of nowhere. Like, oh, he's going to get what he wants. Okay.
It has to have a happy ending.
It'd be fucking funny if the train just hit her. It'd be fucking funny as
That's
fuck.
fucked up.
I would laugh my ass off when I saw that. Like, oh, what the fuck?
Unfortunately, that postmodern humor doesn't exist yet.
That's so fucking funny. I'm like, hey, yo, what the fuck? I didn't come in. The surprise ending.
That's what the director wanted, but the censors threw it out. Uh, I barely remember. Like, I remember this movie and I remember my thoughts on it, but oh boy, this was rough.
This film did break history, though. It's the first film ever to use the zoom lens.
Woo!
Also, according to her autobiography, Marna Loy was originally going to wear a white Empire style dress for the party sequence. But Jeanette MacDonald was jealous of how she looked and insisted that she had to wear it herself instead. Loy surrendered the dress, but then went down to the costume room and, with a friend's help, put together a black lace outfit she wears in the final film. She stole the scene, and yes, she did.
That is, I'm just realizing everyone was just so petty in
Yes,
this era of Hollywood.
it's okay. It's sexist hours with old Cipher. Women have not changed one bit since. They still catty bitches.
There's always been catty bitches, and there always will be.
Yeah, yeah. I'm kind of curious how Cleopatra treated other hot women. I want to know now.
She probably killed them, considering she was royalty.
Okay, now hear me out. What if she enslaved them and used her as her own personal harem? Too fucking far?
I think you need to save that for whatever smutty book you're writing.
Actually, you know what? Let me write a note real fucking fast.
I gave Love Me Tonight a 7.
I gave it a fucking 5. I'm kind of cruel with this fucking film. For like, I'm not just gonna film this whole damn episode. I'm just kind of cruel with these fucking films.
To be fair, 1932 is not the best year in film history.
It's all kind of mid to me this year.
Yeah. Might skip the awards since nothing really. There's a few films.
Me and my gal. This is a film that I've been found to be mid.
It was incredibly mid. You know what my biggest problem was with it?
What?
I could barely understand what they were saying because there was so much goddamn slang in it.
Young New York cop Dan falls in love with a waterfront waitress Helen. Helen's sister Kate falls with a gangster Duke, and Dan must do in Duke.
The film it's fast paced. It's okay. There's not much to say about a lot of these movies. They're just so forgettable.
So this film was actually shot by a person who fucking bugged his way into our damn list last time, Raoul Walsh. It was shot in only 19 days. That's pretty fast.
That is concerningly fast, actually. That is scary.
Yep. The radio that the Rileys buy in 1932 for $115.95 would cost approximately $2,500 plus sales tax in 2022.
Oh shit.
Jeez. That's all. This film, it's a fucking free. It's mid. It's not even mid. It's fucking. It's eh.
I gave it a 5.
This next damn fucking film though, it needs okay. It's an OG. It deserves fucking respect.
also known as the worst monster movie other than The Wolfman.
Uh, the Mummy. This is the tagline is he is stranger than Dracula. You know, hold on. I'll put the damn thing trailer. She's stranger than Dracula. He is also more fantastic than Frankenstein.
Oh.
He is more mysterious than the Invisible Man. Anything else to say?
Okay.
Want to say? Is that all the hype you guys are doing? Okay, I guess it's enough hyping. Cool. A resurrected Egyptian mummy searches Cairo for the girl he believes to be his long lost princess. It's a very simple plot because it's the fucking mummy.
It's a monster movie. They're not supposed to be super in depth. You know what I mean? It's just it's a silly kind of almost actiony movie.
Yes, I like the fucking film. It's good. Is it as good as, for example, the fucking Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde? No. Is it as good as fucking Frankenstein? No. Good as Dracula? No. But does
As
it?
good as The Invisible Man.
No. But does it deserve to be up there with the greats? Of course it does. It's fucking good enough.
It's the most forgettable of the monster movies.
Yep. It's kind of fucking funny that how Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde and this gets pushed outside the road, even though Jekyll is a superior.
That is strange, huh?
Yeah, like I would argue it's better than all of the other monsters, but
Yeah.
we should actually do a an in-depth review one day of the big monsters, from the OG times. That'd be
That will require a lot of research, but one day we have come to the conclusion, me and Scyther, that this channel has endless content. I think we've talked about it.
Yup, there's a lot we can do. We actually pitched the idea that we should cover like a whole bunch of like dumbass ideas people had back in the day from like, oh, this could
What
work.
the feature would look like.
Yup. From, oh well, this could actually work too. What the fuck?
Yeah.
So here's what I will say for some trivia. Unlike the other Universal classic monsters, the other Mummy movies have no direct relation to this one. The other films feature a different mummy named Karis, who was resurrected by Tana, leads to be controlled by a modern person, so similar to a voodoo zombie. The mummy's hand reuses footage from this film, but changes the epithet to Karis. I like how the OG mummy just is like, oh yes, I achieved my goal, or I can't remember the ending actually, or whatever. But he's just
They saved the woman at the last second. And they murder the mummy.
sad. He's just fucking like, oh yeah, it was supposed to be side of the road, not useful anymore. But you know what? Here's what I'll say. I feel like it's still superior to the other damn fucking the mummy movies. Is that mean to say?
The bar isn't that high, Scyther.
This is what I'll say. I feel as if some characters, some movies do not need a sequel, or I guess in this case, an indirect sequel. They're not related at all to the Mummy. Is that they just don't need a sequel or a spinoff of any kind. They worked by themselves and they don't need anything else.
Controversial take, I know.
Yeah, unfortunately, people love their damn sequels until they get it and they're like, oh my god, it's so damn dog shit. You're like, I want another one because they're fucking sheep. You're fucking sheep. You're fucking sheep. You're all fucking sheep. You listen to me right now. You're fucking sheep. You're fucking losers. Get your own fucking mind.
Oh, I'm gonna get some hate comments.
They're fucking
Anyway.
sheep.
It's fine. What would you give the Mummy?
I gave it an 8.
7.
It's fucking funny to me how I occasionally, like once every other video, I just go on a rant how people are fucking sheep.
Night after night.
But I'm right though.
Anyways, this is a movie about a boxer who opens a speakeasy.
This is an intriguing film.
Really strange concept.
I.
Also, he's like a good guy, even though he's operating a fucking speakeasy and kind of is a part of the mafia.
It doesn't really mean you're a bad person if you're doing a speakeasy.
Fair.
That's something I believe that all humans should be allowed to indulge into their fucking vice, no matter how ugh it is. Now hold on, let me phrase that in a way for all you weird ass motherfuckers. Don't get it twisted. I don't mean your weird ass fucking touching of the youngsters edition. You fucking sickos are like touching dead bodies or anything. No, if it's like alcohol, hey, you're an adult. Do what you want. It's drugs. Pop off. If you die, it's on you, little bro. What's all I'm saying is we should be like the fucking Colombia and legalize cocaine.
How about we don't? How about we don't do that?
We will thin out the weak and the strong will survive.
And also be coked up.
You're damn right.
Anyways, back to Night After Night. This is another movie with too much goddamn slang. But it's not bad.
Yeah, so a quick little thing about the plot is it is about a ex-boxer. He owns a speakeasy, and it is also inside the home of his former childhood oh wait, excuse me, let me rephrase that. It is in what once was the childhood home of a formerly rich society girl.
Who is played by Mae West, I'm pretty sure.
Wasn't it Constance fucking Cummings? Or
I'm thinking of the other character, sorry. Mae West is in this movie, though.
Yes, she is.
And she is a thick woman.
I'm very excited to cover her in the in her own independent fucking video. She was actually on my damn list. I'm currently curating her like right before this. I was currently top of the list is fucking Chaplin. Obviously, I have no damn choice.
Weird dude, interesting dude.
Fucking
must have video.
Fucking Rawl is actually on the list. He is actually more intriguing than I fucking ever could have imagined. Miss Pickford, she is on the list, and Mae West, and there's one other person. Oh yeah, Frank Borzay, of course.
Of course. Anyways, Night After Night. This movie was fucking boring.
I think it'd probably be okay. 6.
I give it a 5.
In the famous scene in which the hat check girl exclaims over Maudie's, Mae West's jewels, "Goodness, what beautiful diamonds!" And Maud replies, "Goodness had nothing to do with it, dearie. The diamonds were real and belonged to West. They were actually hers. They were legit."
Shit.
Power move.
That is Chad move. Mae West seemed like she basically just played herself in every movie she was in.
Yup. Years later, in an interview about Mae West, George Raft said West stole everything but the camera.
I don't know if that's a compliment, but I think it's a compliment.
Feature film debut of Mae West, George Raft, also appeared in her final film. It's actually kind of intriguing that they started together and they ended together.
Interesting.
Yeah, her last film will be in 1977. The film called The Sextet.
That sounds like a Mae West film.
Yup.
Next up, The Old Dark House, which has a banger poster, by the way.
Damn.
This is a horror movie, and like all early horror movies, it's not that scary, but this one is almost kind of sort of scary, so I will give it points for being way above every other film from this time.
Her plantation owner.
Oh god, I forgot this movie is about an old plantation owner, isn't it?
It is.
We can't avoid it, can
And
we?
you see, I called it. It's always a living daughter or a wife or some shit. The owner of a rubber plantation becomes involved with the new wife of one of his employees.
I hate it. But this is a pretty interesting film. A bunch of people get stranded, and creepy stuff starts happening, and they told them the big dramatic backstory, and there's a lot happening in this crazy house.
Yup.
My thing is, once the movie gets there, right? Once it gets to the main part of the plot, it's really fun and really engaging, but it just takes forever to get there and is really slow before it gets there.
Hmm.
You
I thought the film was interesting, especially when she even shoots the damn guy.
Yeah, violence.
It's this. It's this. Good lord, this shit's fucking silly. This film is a middle of the road film for me. It's fucking five. Um, it was okay.
I gave it a 6 because I'm a contrarian. Next
Wait,
up.
wait, 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 wait. Got
Well,
fucking
oh
fun
no, no,
facts.
never mind. Sorry.
During filming of the famous rain barrel sequence, Jane Harlow reportedly stood up topless and called out something along the lines of "one for the boys in the lab." Director Victor Fleming allegedly removed the film from the camera to prevent any footage from reaching the black market.
What is man? Old Hollywood was crazy.
These ladies, if only they were as. Oh wait, I forgot they're
You
even
said?
worse today.
Did you say it was Lillian Bond or was it Melvin?
No, no,
Oh wait,
it
no.
was Jane Harlow.
Oh, Jane Harlem. Sorry, I was trying to find her in the credits. She's not in the credits for the Old Dark House.
Oh, that's weird.
Are you looking at the 1932 version?
Oh fuck me! I was talking about Infinite. Okay, this is embarrassing. I was talking about Red Dust the entire damn time. That's fucking funny. That's fucking funny. I thought the old Dark House the entire damn time. That happens.
It really do be like
Now
that.
here's a little fucking fun fact for y'all. The old Dark House has the same name as another film you'll see in 1963, The Old Dark House.
Shocking.
I believe it's a remake.
Ah.
So oh wait, it's been filmed. Okay, I actually watched this one before.
Oh.
Yeah, I've actually watched the remake.
Oh, fair enough.
But
I
yeah.
heard the remake's pretty good.
So my review for the for Red Dust was a fucking 5, but for the film I just be talking about was a fucking 6.
Okay, so we do have the same rating. All right, time to talk about Red Dust then, since we're already on it.
You got it from here. I basically already covered the Red Dust's trivia and everything. I'm ready for whatever else.
This is a film set in colonial something or other. A rubber plantation in Cochina. I can't say it. This film was miserable. It was also a 6 though. It was movie. That's all it was. It was really boring, and the romance was there, I suppose. I don't know. I didn't really dig it. It sounds like you had a similar opinion.
Middle road 5.
Yep, 6. Not much to talk about that one. Scarface, the shame of a nation. A movie we do actually have quite a bit to talk about.
Good movie. Great movie, in
This is
fact.
this is the last of the triad of the classic gangster films. That being Little Caesar, Public Enemy, and Scarface. This is not really based on, or not really the same kind of movie as the 1980s Scarface, though it kind of is. They say the world is yours a lot.
This is actually where I have a new video proposal. What was the best mobster movie or gangster movie?
The classics ones, I would definitely say Public Enemy. Though Scarface is also quite good. Scarface, as you might guess from the name, is very much aping on Al Capone. Though I'm pretty sure Al Capone hated the name Scarface, so I'm sure he wouldn't have sued because then he'd have to acknowledge that that's his nickname. Also, I think he was already in prison.
So I have a very lovely piece of trivia for this. Screenwriter Ben Hatch was a former Chicago journalist familiar with the city's Prohibition era gangsters, including Al Capone. During the filming, Hetch returned to his Los Angeles hotel room one night to find two Al Capone torpedoes waiting for him. The gangsters demanded to know if the movie was about Capone. Hetch reassured them that it wasn't, saying that the character Tony Camont was based on the gangsters like Big Jim Colasomo and Charles Dion O'Bannon. Then why is the movie called Scarface? One of the hoods demanded. Everyone will think it's about Capone. That's the reason, said Heck. If you call the movie Scarface, people will think it's about Capone. Come to see it. It's part of a racket we call show business. The Capone hoods who appreciated the value of a scam left the hotel placated.
That's how they fell for that. I don't know.
I am very intrigued on doing completely unrelated to most of the media journey stuff as a whole thing that's based on a fucking mob. I really want to investigate these really dumb sounding people.
Also, I love how he said that, which is completely false. This movie is 100% about Al Capone.
Oh, of course, but you see, he scammed the scammers.
Fair, honestly. Uh, this is a. I saw a review for this film, and I hate to steal it, but I will credit who said it because it is the only way to describe this movie. Let me find it really quickly. Basically, a supercut of Tommy guns, and wild gangster behavior. This is almost 90 years old, and it absolutely rips by Silent Dawn. And that is the perfect synopsis of this movie. It's just Paul Muni running around with a machine gun and doing a bad gangster accent and shooting people.
Like many of the early gangster movies around this time, real machine gun fucking fire was used to create the bullet damage in the walls, including the scenes with the main character ducking from gunfire.
Oh god, that is dangerous.
Yes, this was the age before the extensive use of squibs to stimulate gunfire. In the early days, a man with a machine gun loaded with live ammo would stand off camera and shoot the real bullets at the actors. In every case, the man holding the gun off camera had training, usually military, in order to ensure accuracy and safety.
That still sounds incredibly dangerous.
Of course.
Oh my god. So, what are your thoughts on Scarface as in perspective of the other gangster films?
This is one of the greatest gangster films to ever release. It's very hard for me to decide between a 10 or a 9. It is so hard.
I believe I gave this one an 8, but I will have to check. This is a really fun film. It's kind of all over the place and is obviously very historically inaccurate, but it is so fun, so wild for the early 30s, and is one of the last of those wild films you're going to see for nearly 10 years. So I hope you like boring melodramas, Scyther.
I don't.
Oh, well, that's too bad, because that's all you're going to be watching for the next 8 years.
Great. But for me, fuck it. This is a great fucking film. This is chef's kiss level fucking film.
8 out of 10. Next up, the Shanghai Express.
You got Shanghai.
Also, another film with Marlene Dietrich and Sternberg, where Dietrich plays a showgirl / prostitute.
Ah. Perfect.
This one's got some extra drama though, because it takes place on a train in China during the Civil War period.
Yep.
So as a result, the film is absolutely chaotic, and it's that kind of drama that is so complicated that you kind of really get into it and you kind of want to see what happens. So I really liked Shanghai Express.
So this film is very inaccurate, like extremely inaccurate, in fact. You see, the film's extras who speak the Chinese that we hear is actually a dialect known as Cantonese, which if they actually want to be accurate,
Wouldn't they be speaking Mandarin?
Yes.
It be like that sometimes.
Yeah. China actually initially banned the film because, well,
It isn't. This is the communist China, isn't it?
no, this takes place before
Oh,
the communists took over all that.
okay. So I'm not shocked that whatever Japanese government banned this because, yeah, it's not a glowing film about the Chinese. Sorry, I didn't mean Japanese.
Around this time, it's all the warlords were still basically around. They weren't conquered out by anyone just yet. This is probably their original China. I can't say too much because they'll fucking shadow us. Uh, you know what? I'm gonna be quiet. But you know what I'm talking about.
It be like that.
So roughly 1,000 extras are using this fucking film.
That is an excessive amount of extras.
Yep. This film for me, 5.
Okay. I gave Shanghai Express an 8 because I actually thought it was quite interesting, even if historically very inaccurate. Next up, Tarzan, the Ape Man.
Yes, we're getting to that point where, and don't worry, people, because Tarzan will be a quote unquote mainstay. We'll be seeing him quite a number of other times, especially for that juicy fucking drama, which there is a lot of.
I'm gonna be real with you. I think I only put 2 Tarzan movies on this list.
Surprising. There are a lot of damn Tarzan related damn things.
Yeah, there's like 10 Tarzan movies in this original run, but they're all terrible.
Also, this is a film more or less for ladies to rub one out.
100%. This is 100% a movie where you can fawn over Johnny Westmuller. I think that's his name. How you say his name? He was a swimmer, and he was a hot man, and he was in all the Tarzan movies.
Pretty much, yeah.
Originally, and he was in a couple other things. I think I haven't seen any of them. Never mind.
Also, once again, we have another fucking film that's inaccurate. The elephants used in the early Westmuller films were not African, but Asian elephants.
That does not shock me, considering I doubt they wanted to go through all that effort for a low-budget Tarzan movie.
Fun fact: this is actually a practice that is still used today in modern times, where they'll just take an Asian elephant and just attach on ears that resemble that of an African one. You will not be able to tell the damn difference. I promise you.
They've been pulling the wool over our eyes this whole time.
It is hilarious to me that this is still a practice still done in the modern age.
You know, in the 2 times a year where they use an elephant.
You'd be surprised how many Indian movies use Ellies.
It's a thing. Anyways, Tarzan. This is a Tarzan movie. I'm sure you can guess what the plot's about, except you're probably wrong because this is a romance movie.
Yeah.
Also features a lot of almost nudity.
I'm sorry. This fucking movie would cause a environmental issue in fucking Florida that still persists to the modern age.
What the fuck? What did they do?
Some of the monkeys on set got away, and they started breeding like crazy in wilderness, and they are an issue in Silver Springs, fucking Florida.
There's just invasive monkeys running around Florida.
Yeah, they're just fucking there. They're just chilling.
I didn't know they were chill like that.
I just love the idea that there are because I never heard shit about damn being monkeys in fucking Florida outside of like in damn zoos, but no, there are.
And they escaped from a filming of Tarzan.
Yeah, from like what, like 90 years ago.
Wild.
I fucking love human history. This is a fucking film that I didn't like just because it's clearly not made for a man.
No, this is a chick flick, very much.
Women get always looking interesting shit. Why can't we get a fucking basically like a completely naked damn woman on the same screen? Don't worry, we'll get it soon. soon.
Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't that the entirety of Sword and Sorcery?
Yeah, we'll get it. We'll get it very soon. It'll be great.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the movie. What do you think of the Ape Man?
I thought it was okay. Like a 7 because it's
Uh,
Tarzan.
it was very dry, but it was a movie. This is very clearly, you can tell based on a pulp, which I'm pretty sure that's what Tarzan was. It was a pulp.
It was. I'm very
Yeah.
excited to actually read the pulp of Tarzan on stream one day.
Maybe we shouldn't, because I'm pretty sure it's really racist.
It'll be okay.
Anyways, Trouble in Paradise.
Yep, a gentleman thief and a lady pickpocket join forces to con a beautiful perfume company owner. Romantic atonements and jealousies confuse the scheme. And I love this because this is one of the films that would start the whole genre up, and it's so fucking funny.
I really liked this film. I really enjoyed Trouble in Paradise. I don't think of it much, but it was very entertaining and quite clever in places.
Ah, this film is just the bee's knees. I must have an old lingo for that one.
The bee's knee. Oh my god.
So the scene in which Herbert Marshall is running up and down the stairs at Madame Colette's were done with a double who is only seen from the rear. Mr. Marshall lost a leg in World War One, and although it was almost impossible to notice that he used a prosthetic, he could not perform any action that called for physical agility. Unfortunately.
Yes. Cool dude, by the way, Herbert Marshall, from all accounts that I have seen.
Yep.
He does really good in this film. This whole film is quite fun.
In an interview, the director, towards the end of his life, he said that he thought this film was his best work ever.
Sure, it's a good movie.
Yep.
Not everyone gets to make a Citizen Kane, I suppose.
Ooh.
Let's see. Yeah, it was good. I think we only have 2 more movies. I didn't watch the next one.
Wait. We forgot to this movie. Fucking its ratings.
Oh, sorry, 8.
Honestly, same.
Yeah, solid film.
The next film is a German one, Vampire.
Tell me about the vampires. Is this one actually have vampires in it, unlike La Vampires?
Yes, kinda, little bit. It's about a drifter.
Not sound too confident.
About a drifter who's obsessed with the supernaturals, and this lady, by the way, would also help kickstart this also weird subgenre that we'll see be utilized again throughout the rest of time. Some girl who's a drifter who's like, hey yo, I want to be a vampire, and then she wants to do that.
Oh, I assume it's some moral tale about don't become corrupted or something.
So basically, she's let me say this. So this girl who is, by the way, the drifter who's obsessed with the fucking supernatural stumbles upon a damn inn where a young adolescent girl is slowly becoming a vampire. So there's actually a vampire.
Yay! At least they don't clickbait us like La Vampires.
Yeah. Fucking bullshit fucking film. Clickbait. Bullshit. So this film actually had a very weird sequence where we saw quite a bit of back in the damn day with fucking name Millier. These weird ass dream sequences, kinda. And so in order to achieve these strange dream-like photography, a thin gauze was put in front of a lens as a filter, which is ingenious, by the way.
That is really clever. That's like putting Vaseline on the lens kind of stuff.
Yup. The film was entirely shot on location. In fact, the old castle featured in the film was also served as a lodging for the cast and crew.
Imagine, that'd be terrifying.
Yup, for the final shooting of the film, 3 tons of real wheat was used.
Oh. So, yeah, what would you give Vampire or was fuck, Vampire? There we go.
Oh, easy. It's a damn 9.
I'll have to watch it then.
So I do want to dive a little bit in towards the end, a little bit of this film because there's fucking ghosts too. Um,
Oh shit.
Ghosts. I know, right? It's really fucking weird. With this fucking film, like it's actually really fucking good, and I actually really suggest people actually watch it because it's kind of weird seeing all the supernatural shit that we all like really enjoy today. It's like is this all just been random ass German fucking film? But this next film is called White Zombie.
Um,
Yeah.
yes. This is a attempt at a monster movie. It even has Boris Karloff. I almost got the letters mixed up. And I don't think it pulls off the monster movie thing as good as like The Mummy, but it's really fun and it's very racist.
So in the film, the guy he wants to lure away this woman from her husband because she like he really like fucking likes her. So he goes to a fucking witch doctor, and but it instead turns her into a fucking zombie slave.
Kinky.
If you're into that, I guess.
I'm sure someone is. Uh, it was a slow burn kind of movie, but it does pick up at some point, and I think it has some charm, but it is also known as one of the first real, what's the word? One of the first real zombie movies,
Yeah,
and obviously predates Night of the Living Dead by like 20 years.
I think it's intriguing to to see a zombie movie around this period of time. And this is me. I thought we would have seen these a lot sooner.
Really?
Yeah, it's just something that makes sense. The Walking Dead, the humans are obsessed with fucking immortality. You think we wouldn't fucking come with the idea, wait, it all goes horribly wrong, and now it's the Rising Dead.
Maybe you got to remember that people or movies weren't that creative for a long time.
I don't know. We see some pretty creative ass shit thus fucking far. It doesn't like mind you, my ideas are fucking creative at all. It's not creative. There's fucking mythology about this type of damn shit. So if I keep that shit on top of my head to stretch my ass, but people couldn't go with that shit. That's humans you lacking, cuh. What the fuck?
I don't know what to tell you. No one had thought of the idea, I guess.
Shit. So what I'm hearing is basically, if I was born back then, I'll become the damn greatest fucking idea man ever. Let's fucking go.
Or you'd be immediately censored and blackballed out of Hollywood.
So what? There's more countries in this fucking America.
Fair.
I will bring the Canadian fucking movie industry to a fucking life.
It's more known for television.
No. You see, I just said if I was there, then TV, fuck no. Movies, yes. America, who? Fucking Toronto will fucking love me. As long as I have to be at least 1% racist, at least 1%. It's 1930s, you're all racist. 1% ain't nothing. But all in all, the film was good. I actually really enjoyed it. Like for a very early damn zombie movie, looking first, in fact. There's also a small person in it, which was really good and adorable.
Yeah. I watched this film, but somehow forgot to review it. But I would give it probably a 6. It's campy B movie.
9, because I'm a zombie boy. I love zombies.
Fair enough. Do you want to go ahead with the Aussies and the Scythes, or is it going to be too hard?
Honestly, I feel like this year, there's not really much to talk about. These films that suck. I feel like we're only talking about like 3 films.
So basically, what we're saying is that the winners of all categories are like The Mummy, Scarface, and White Zombie.
Effectively.
And maybe I'm a fugitive from a chain gang.
effectively. Don't worry, people. If you actually want to see an Ozzy and fucking Psyche for this damn shit, we'll always do a go back fucking video. So it's always a possibility we'll do one from 1932, just not this time around.
'Cause there's not much here.
Um, but music.
Music was popping off in 1932. So some of these songs that I put on our list, we have Night and Day by Fred Astaire. Hey, look, it's that guy. He's going to be showing up way too goddamn much. Brother, Can You Spare a Dime by Bing Crosby. All of Me by Louis Armstrong. That's a really good one. Dina by Bing Crosby and the Mills Brothers. Please by Bing Crosby. A lot of Bing Crosby. He was popping off. In a Shanty, an old shanty town.
I love that. I love that one.
That was really good. My favorite song from this year though was "It Don't Mean a Thing If It Ain't Got That Swing." I believe the original version by Duke Ellington. Oh, though the later covers are way wilder.
Here's a little fun fact. The first time I ever heard that song was from American Dad.
That's depressing.
I kid you not. Like, that show uses a lot of like musicals sometimes, and mind you, I hate musicals, but American Dad always does them really fucking good, and that's the first time I ever heard that damn song.
We also have "Lullaby of the Leaves" and by George Olson, and "Paradise" by Guy Lombardo.
Now, I'm going to say a very controversial take about the music of this time frame, and compared to all other damn time frames, including our present day. There's not much that I believe in my heart that can really compare to this. 1932 was really fucking good. Bangers back to back.
Oh yeah, it's just ooh.
Now, one day we would make infinite content. We will have to decide one day on what year was truly the best for music. Like no competition. Like that year was just perfect. And we'll also make additional videos for what was the best genre of XYZ decade. Oh, you see, infinite content.
Yeah. There's always something. There's always something interesting.
I fucking love the damn content glitch.
I know. So let's see. So that's all our music. Go ahead.
So I will apologize to people that actually care about the music a little bit more. It's just that there's not really much you would really talk about for music, and of course we'll like I said plenty of times before in the past, is that we will go in depth for more other things if there's actually some demand for it. There is no demand for music. There is none.
Also, it's harder to research.
Yeah, unless like
currently don't have the time to fully invest into making a really robust music list. Though I obviously will try in the future, especially once I get to the 50s and I have access to the Billboard Hot 100 and I can just start pouring through this shit.
Yeah, next up is games, and I don't think there's much out, and we actually have a lot more, because we had over like 20 movies. I fucking thought it would take a bit longer. We actually have a lot more time left over than I fucking thought. Yeah. Let me see what games came out for in games of 1932. I don't know what the fuck came out for not Thunder Dam games, board games, because we don't have any actual games yet. Let's see, we only have 2 games: Finance and Prosperity. Prosperity.
Money themed games.
Yeah. The Landlord game, or I guess in this case, Finance. I'm actually kind of intrigued to play this one, and it was active between 1932 to the late 1970s, so it lasted for a while. But wow, the page for Prosperity, excuse me, the name Landlord game was made. Wow, go figure. I won't say this out loud. I'll send this to Oz real fast.
No, I'm sure it's more racism.
No. People location.
Oh.
Yeah, she's one of mine. You know what? I'm gonna play this one day on stream with you. This is gonna happen now.
It's like Monopoly.
Yeah. we have a choice here. We can end it off here, or fucking go with fucking mags. I fucking want to take a lot longer. I get
We can dedicate something else to mags because there's a lot of them, and I want to dedicate enough time to cover them in depth,
Yep.
or as in depth as we cover them.
So, I think after the next stream we can do that. Because we can just lump together 1932 and 1933. We can find. We already did it anyway with 1930 and 1931. So
Yeah,
that's
it gives us a broader range of cool stuff to find.
yeah. I think that's how we're gonna handle it from now on. Is after two regular streams we'll do an independent for mags or and whatever else. I don't know.
And we will lose our minds.
Yeah, just wait until we get to the American TV series. It's gonna be fucking annoying, very annoying, and they're coming
Oh
soon.
boy, I can't. Yes, 19. The earliest one I can find that is still archived is 1940.
Yep. Ooh boy. One thing I actually will ask the audience, just in case someone is this far in, is if you guys want to see a any damn fucking magazine, let me know. I've just been mostly using, and this is a a resource that you probably in either case I would not suggest it, but ChatGPT is pretty fucking effective on fucking finding the magazines from the periods that I want. So I'm like, okay, hey, give me a magazine from damn 19 damn like I don't know fucking 50 that was fucking damn fucking popping off. Was it essential or was it not essential? And if it wasn't
And then
essential,
we verified to make sure it wasn't spitting garbage at us.
yeah, there were some times where it does pick damn garbage, but it's usually accurate enough. Accurate enough to where I'm like, okay, it's off by a year. Close enough. Close enough. It's just how it is sometimes. You won't like it's not like damn like with damn movies. You won't find a damn brand new magazine that will start out the same damn year you're on.
Yeah, but it's always easy to find content. But if you made it to the end of this, thank you so much.
Yep,
Uh,
it's a very great time. Social media stuff. If you guys want to do that, then pop off if you want. If not, oh well.
yeah, no pressure. We appreciate you just watching. If no, I think that's it. So we'll see you next time.
Yep. Bye, peoples.